Now on Good Morning Northwest, breaking news, 2 dead in a house fire in Millwood. We have a live report with brand new information just coming into us.
And we have a chilly start to your Monday, but we're going to be warming up this afternoon and we'll have plenty of sunshine. And then I have your Halloween forecast coming up.
This morning, Israel carrying out what it calls the second stage of its war while the UN Security Council calls an emergency meeting. You're watching Good Morning Northwest on 4 News Now. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Robin Nance. It is Monday, October 30th. We want to get right to breaking news this morning of a fatal fire in Millwood. It started just before 3 o'clock on the 9800 block of East Dalton near North Woodruff Road. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant live on the scene. Natalie, you are learning more about the victims in this.
Yeah, that's right, Robin. We're here right outside the house where the fire took place earlier this morning. Some heartbreaking updates that we're just learning within the last 15 minutes here. The 2 people who died in this fire officials say were children. We're not sure exactly on the ages of these children, but we do know that they were children that unfortunately did die in this fire this morning. We also learned that the 3rd person who was injured in this fire was their father. He was then transported to a hospital with his injuries. We're not sure exactly how bad he was injured as of right now. We also do know that a firefighter was injured in this firefight as well. So that's the brand new information. The 2 people who died in this fire were children. Now I'll step out of the way here so you can see what the scene is looking like as of right now. As you can see, there's still a little bit of smoke coming out of the house itself, but the flames are no longer visible. The fire crews here say that they have everything under control. They're just working to put out the final hot spots. They've been in the garage and different areas around this house, just making sure that everything is put out this morning here. But yeah, just an absolutely devastating update to this story here. And of course, we're expecting to learn a little bit more information as the morning goes on here as far as the ages of those children. And right now we don't know what started this fire either. But Robin, I'll send things back to you in the studio.
And we will be checking in with Natalie throughout the morning as we expect to learn lots more. All right, let's check in now with Emily Bloom in for Mark Peterson and your first alert forecast.
Well, we've got a chilly start to your Monday morning. Temperatures in the Coeur d'Alene area in those lower 20s and mid-20s throughout downtown Spokane. We're going to be warming up pretty nicely this afternoon. As for right now, though, across the region, temperatures anywhere between about 17 to 27 degrees. So definitely very chilly start to your Monday. And we're going to get into plenty of sunshine by this afternoon. As for the next couple of hours, we'll be up to the mid-20s, 25 at that 9 a.m. hour, and then by 10 a.m. getting to about 30 degrees, winds nice and light across the region. By this afternoon, most of us getting into those lower 40s. 50 will be the high for those of you in Kellogg, 51 for those of you in St. Mary's, 48 in Moses Lake. And then moving into Tuesday, that is Halloween, we're going to have a pretty nice day, very similar to what we're experiencing today. The difference here, though, is that we're going to have heavier cloud cover moving in throughout the day. So into tomorrow night, maybe a little bit ominous for those trick-or-treaters as they are headed out there. By tomorrow evening, temperatures in those lower 40s and a few areas falling into the upper 30s. So yes, it's going to be a chilly night for the trick-or-treaters as they are headed out, going door to door. And then moving into the remainder of our week, it's Wednesday night into Thursday when we're really going to have this shift in the weather pattern, bringing rain chances back into the forecast each and every day for the remainder of the work week. So get out there and soak up some of that sunshine today while you have the opportunity to do so. And then those temperatures with the rain going to be a little bit warmer than where we have been over the past couple of days.
And new details at the Breaking Now desk. The United Nations Security Council is holding an emergency meeting today. It's to seek a resolution that calls for a, quote, immediate humanitarian pause in the war between Israel and Hamas. The UN warns the weeks of siege and bombardment are taking a toll on Gaza. Over the weekend, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his country has started the second stage of its war against Hamas. Israeli airstrikes have already done extensive damage to the region, and the Palestinian Red Crescent Society is accusing Israel of purposefully launching attacks near the second largest hospital in Gaza City. According to the UN, civil order is shrinking in Gaza, and U.S. officials say there's a chance this war in the Middle East could expand.
Hamas is making life extremely difficult for Israel by taking civilians as human shields and by putting their rocket infrastructure and terrorist infrastructure among civilians. That creates an added burden for Israel.
The number of people killed in Gaza from this war is now more than 7,900 as of Sunday, according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health. And Israel says today it plans to increase the amount of aid going into Gaza, but it didn't say by how much. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thanks so much. Breaking news overnight from Washington State Patrol. A 19-year-old from Yakima died in a two-car crash in Grant County yesterday. It happened about 3:40 in the afternoon on State Route 24. That's about 21 miles west of Othello. According to WSP, the car driven by Grace Vickers was going east when it started to drift off the road. Troopers say she overcorrected and crashed into a car in the westbound lane driven by 21-year-old Emilio Castellanos, and he was injured and taken to Othello Hospital. The extent of his injuries is not yet known. Vickers died at the scene. A SWAT standoff is over this morning. Roads are back open and people allowed to return to their apartments. The standoff happened near North Monroe and West Mansfield yesterday. It lasted for hours. Spokane police say officers had a search warrant for an investigation involving felony domestic violence and unlawful possession of a firearm at the Marks apartments. Though the standoff is over, we have learned they did not arrest anyone and they are still investigating. Breaking news for one of Spokane's busiest streets. If you use the Maple Street Bridge during your morning commute, you'll need to find another route today. The city is closing the bridge during the day all week, except for one southbound lane. All northbound lanes on the bridge will close. Well, it should have closed about 6 minutes ago. And all southbound lanes except for one also are now closed. They'll remain closed until 6 this evening. So this will more than likely affect your evening commute as well. Your best bet to cross the river this week, especially if you're going north, is Monroe, Washington, or Division. The city says the project will repair the bridge deck surface and joints to give you a smoother ride and to extend the bridge's life. The project should be done Friday night. Hopefully all will go well. It is now 7 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's check in again with Emily and look at already ahead to your trick-or-treat forecast tomorrow.
This is kind of the warning, Robin, for all the parents out there. If your kids, maybe their costume is not organically super warm, this is your chance to get out there and make some modifications to that costume so that they are warm enough tomorrow evening. You can see temperature is going to be in those lower 40s and a few areas are going to be in the upper 30s. So definitely chilly conditions, but we are going to stay dry.
And a local Halloween tradition could be coming to an end this year. Just ahead, why one man is wrapping up 30 years of going all out during spooky season.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
It's a new season from New York.
Watch Kelly weekdays at 4.
Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox is back at the Fox Theater on February 12th, 2024 on their 10th anniversary tour. Postmodern Jukebox, a mix of 1920s jazz, swing, doo-wop, and Motown. Tickets at foxtheaterspokane.org.
We aren't just HVAC specialists. We're a Lennox Premier dealer. That means we offer the most energy-efficient products on the market with savings you can see and perfect air you can feel. Your comfort is our passion, and we're with you every breath of the way. Enjoy greater comfort and lower energy costs. Call us today and save on Lennox with special incentives and rebates.
Call Norco Heating and Air today.
My name is Stephen, and this is my Summit Cancer Center story. I had a large tumor in my left lung in November of 2018. We went through in 2020 doing a lot of end-of-life planning. Summit was very aggressive in my treatment of diagnosis. Since then, with my recovery, we're doing a lot of life events. I love the people there. I would recommend Summit Cancer Center. My wife calls it a miracle.
When the Murrays discovered Gain scent beads, they fell in love with the irresistible scent. So did their dog Roger. Gain scent beads keep even the stinkiest stuff smelling fresh.
Nadine Woodward's extreme partisanship is wrong for Spokane. Instead of helping local wildfire victims, Woodward attended a recent Christian nationalist rally with domestic terrorist and disgraced radical Republican Matt Shea, even receiving his endorsement. Faith leaders and the city council denounced Shea's bigotry, calls for violence, and radical nationalism. But Nadine Woodward, she lied about knowing he would be there. She was hoping no one would notice her radical politics. We noticed Mayor Woodward, and we deserve better.
Next, Kelly. Hello. Daniel Radcliffe and Jonathan Groff from Merrily We Roll Along. And Tuesday, it's Halloween Kelly style.
Watch Kelly today at a special time.
Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox is back at the Fox Theater on February 12th, 2024 on their 10th anniversary tour. Postmodern Jukebox, a mix of 1920s jazz, swing, doo-wop, and Motown. Tickets at foxtheaterspokane.org.
It is 6:10. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. At least 45 coal miners were killed in a fire sparked by a methane gas explosion at a mine in Kazakhstan. The blast sparked a fire early Saturday at the Kostenko mine. More than 200 people were evacuated. The mine is owned by the world's largest producer of steel. The ministry says the firm's 8 mines in the region have been suspended, and the General Prosecutor's Office has opened a criminal investigation. At least 13 people died in a train crash in India Sunday. Today, investigators are searching through mangled carriages to try and figure out what caused the crash. The immediate cause was said to be a break in an overhead cable, and preliminary investigations found that human error led to the crash. This accident comes just months after India's state-run railway system suffered its worst crash in 20 years when 292 people were killed. The FDA is advising people to stop using more than 24 over-the-counter eye drops because of a potential risk of eye infection that may lead to partial vision loss or even blindness. Target, CVS, and Rite Aid are pulling products from shelves. As of now, the FDA has not received any adverse event reports of eye infection associated with those products.
And a pretty nice start to our work week, at least in terms of the sunshine. We are going to have clear blue skies by this afternoon. Chilly in terms of our temperatures, but we're going to get into the upper 40s. And then for tomorrow, we do have a good Halloween forecast. We'll be taking a much closer look at that coming up in just a little bit.
With just one day to go until Halloween, a Spokane man is looking forward to putting on a show that he's been doing for decades. But due to health reasons, this may be the last year he'll put on that display. Lyle Hines has been decorating his house like this since the early 90s. But this is the first year going all out again since the pandemic. A giant werewolf glares at you as you enter the gates. Demons pop out of the grass. He even has a dungeon of horrors. Lyle says if you think this is spooky, it gets even crazier at night.
Because I love Halloween. That's what I can say, because I like horror movies. And this is my horror movie. As much as it can be.
Lyle has congestive heart failure, so it's hard for him to decorate. Now, you can find his house in West Central at the corner of Dean and Elm. He's encouraging the community to come check out the display one last time. And for kids who are brave enough to go trick-or-treating at his front door, he'll have full-size candy bars waiting for you. If that isn't enough incentive, I don't know what is. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:13. I'm sure you're already thinking about ahead to bundling up your little trick-or-treaters for tomorrow night, but there's something else you should help them prepare for. We're talking Halloween safety right after this break. And we will check in live from the scene of that fatal fire in Millwood when Good Morning Northwest continues.
It's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. Get top dollar right now. Visit AutoNation.com or see us for an easy appraisal. Get a check on the spot or get paid the same day with Zelle. Don't wait. The time to sell your car to AutoNation is now.
There's nothing worse than politicians who say one thing then do another. Like Lisa Brown, who said,
people care about crime. They want people who break laws to be held accountable by our law enforcement system. I believe that.
Brown's actual record? She gave our tax dollars to the Bail Project of Spokane, which bails out violent offenders. Brown gave a $50,000 grant to Lataxion, a felon convicted of murder. We can't trust Lisa Brown to keep Spokane safe.
Now what? You say it when things get out of hand. At Prudential, we think you should say it when you hand down something valuable, too. Like when you realize a recipe is just one gift you can give them. Ask, now what? Here's what. You get life insurance from Prudential and help protect your family like you protect a family recipe. Who's your rock? Ask your employer about Prudential benefits or speak to an advisor today.
What's better than warm cookies fresh from the oven? All the tasty ingredients for warm cookies on sale. Yum.
Mix up the savings this Thursday for Super One Foods 12-hour bake sale. 2-pound Food Club powdered or brown sugar, 98 cents, first 6. Nestle baking chips, $1.98 a bag, first 3. And 1-pound Food Club sweet cream butter, $1.68, first 2.
Super One Foods 12-hour bake sale. This Thursday only. The savings are sweet.
This season, put some extra stuffing in your pockets at the Kootenai Casino in beautiful Bonners Ferry. The colder it gets, the hotter the action with super spins and a big cash giveaway. Enjoy a relaxing room at the Kootenai Falls Lodge from just $79 midweek, or upgrade to a Riverview room for $99. Win big and make this a November to remember. Book your trip to the Kootenai Casino now. Just call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
I'm voting yes on Measure 1 for small business.
I'm voting yes on Measure 1 for my family.
I spent my career protecting my family and yours. You bet I'm voting yes on Measure 1.
If safety is your #1 priority,
then vote yes on Measure 1.
Paid for by Jobs for Justice.
AutoNation will buy your car, your truck, even your SUV. It's We'll Buy Your Car time at AutoNation. Get top dollar right now. Visit AutoNation.com or see us for an easy appraisal. Get paid on the spot. So don't wait. Sell AutoNation your car now.
4 News Now is brought to you by Washington Trust Bank.
Download the KXLY Plus app for weather every 10 minutes.
Good morning and welcome back. It's now 6:16. This Halloween, in addition to staying warm, it's important to be extra careful on the road. Halloween is the deadliest day of the year for child pedestrians. Allison Martinez has a look at how to keep your kids safe tomorrow.
In just a few days, neighborhoods like this will be filled with kids running around in Halloween costumes, collecting all the candy they can carry. This Halloween, it's important that you drive with caution and be aware for those who aren't.
If you ask any kid their favorite part of Halloween, most will say,
trick or treat.
Yeah. The Spokane Police Department is encouraging families to make safety a priority during celebrations. On average, kids are twice as likely to get hit by a car on Halloween compared to any other day of the year. This is according to Safe Kids Worldwide. Kids ages 12 to 15 are at an even greater risk. Why is that? Because this age group is often trick-or-treating without adult supervision.
I guess that's scary because the kids are excited and running to get to the next house because they want more candy and probably aren't, paying as much attention or listening as well because of that.
To stay safe this spooky season, the Spokane Police Department encourages families to stay on sidewalks and consider light-up gear that could increase your visibility around your neighborhood. For parents, this means handheld flashlights, and for kids, this means flashing bracelets, stickers, and more. When choosing where to trick-or-treat, stick to familiar, well-lit neighborhoods. The only thing scarier than ghosts and goblins is getting hurt when enjoying Halloween.
For more Halloween safety tips, you can visit our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in Spokane, Allison Martinez, 4 News Now.
All right, it is now 6:18, dark out there right across the street from the KXLY 4 News Now studios. We are, of course, focusing so much on tomorrow because it is such a big deal for families. I know we're jumping ahead to tomorrow, but things to know for today is sunshine.
Yeah, absolutely. But by tomorrow, the planning is going to be behind us. So this is our opportunity to get ahead of everything. Yeah. So any Halloween costumes that need to have some modifications to be a little bit warmer out there, today's your day to do so. So we'll get going with the 4 things to know. Last day of sunshine. Get out there and soak up that vitamin D while you can. We are going to have a chilly Halloween, but will stay dry. We're going to have increasing clouds tomorrow, and that leads to late week rain. Plenty of chances ahead for that rain. As for this morning, that is, as you're getting up, heading out the door, heading into work, wherever it is you may be going, 8 a.m. will be at 23 degrees and plenty of sunshine by 9 a.m. in the mid-20s. By this afternoon, we are getting that frame keeps jumping ahead. Here, let's go back. All right, by this afternoon, 2 p.m., getting into those mid-40s, looking at a high today of about 47, 48 degrees, depending upon where exactly you are in the region. So it's going to be nice by this afternoon. You're going to want to dress in layers as you're heading out the door. Most of us, rather, that is, getting into the upper 40s. A few areas into the lower 50s. That is St. Mary's and Kellogg. 54 will be the high for those of you in the Lewiston area this afternoon. As the kids are getting off of school and heading home, 4 p.m. will be at about 47 degrees in Spokane. And then by 5 p.m. tonight, with some of that cloud cover heading in, will be in the lower 40s. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, dropping to 26 degrees, clear and cool conditions. Lows across the region, anywhere between about 17 to 32 degrees. This is where we're going to be as you are waking up on Halloween. And then by tomorrow afternoon, just before the kids head out for trick-or-treating, we'll be at 48 degrees. Very similar to where we'll be this afternoon, only we're going to have that increasing clouds, kind of setting the stage for an ominous night tomorrow with that heavy cloud cover. And then trick-or-treating temperatures going to be in the lower 40s and upper 30s, depending upon where exactly you are in our area. And then in terms of the shift in the weather pattern, that's going to happen Wednesday night into Thursday. You can see rain chances Thursday all the way through this weekend, but we do have those temperatures that are going to be in the lower 50s, a little bit warmer than where we have been. And then we do have our pet of the week.
People associate this time of year with black cats. However, at Companions Animal Center, you can usually find at least one black cat at any time of year. With shiny coats and easy temperaments, these precious creatures make the perfect addition to any family. If you are looking for an older or younger or pair of felines, stop by and visit our current residents. Companions Animal Center's new facility is located on Atlas Road, just north of Hayden Avenue. Or for more information, visit our website at companionsanimalcenter.org.
Oh, so cute. It is now 6:21, approaching 6:27. As we continue to march closer to the halfway point of the NFL season, the Seattle Seahawks picked up a crucial win, putting them at the
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
Do you have concrete floors that look like this? Let Everhard Painting Floor Coating Specialists transform your floors with their multi-step coating system. The finished product is spectacular. Call Everhard Painting today and receive $500 off. Everhard Painting, your painter for life.
It's time to gear up for fall with Pape Machinery. With our limited time cash discounts, you can get a new John Deere 3025E for only $23,500. Add any of our hundreds of implement offerings and make quick work of your upcoming projects. Don't wait. Contact your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today. Inventory at this price won't last long. Pape keeps you moving.
It's time for 4 News Now's Coats for Kids. Just drop off new or gently used coats at any of our sponsored locations. We'll bring them to Alsco for professional cleaning, then get them out to local children in need. Donate to Coats for Kids through October 31st.
The Flying Squirrel is proud and excited to be a part of this year's Coats for Kids. And now through the end of October, bring in a coat donation and the jump time is on us. The more coats you bring in, the more jump time you get. The Flying Squirrel in the Sullivan Square Shopping Center in the Valley.
As police officers, public safety isn't just a talking point.
It's what we do. And Betsy Wilkerson has not made it easier to keep Spokane safe.
This isn't political spin. These are the facts. Betsy stalled on banning drugs in the midst of record overdoses.
And voted to defund drug investigations.
She voted twice against banning homeless camps near schools.
I want a city council that has my back when I'm protecting theirs.
The choice is clear. Vote Kim Please for city council president.
Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical guarantees to keep your home safe and warm. Your comfort is Andes' priority. Get ready for the cold with a high-efficiency furnace from Carrier and turn to the experts. Andes offers a wide range of top-quality heating systems that are both reliable and environmentally friendly. Andes' team of experts are highly trained and experienced, so you can trust Andes to diagnose and fix any issue efficiently. Andes Heating, Cooling, Electrical, your trusted Carrier experts since 1972.
From refinishing cabinets, doors, and trim to painting walls and ceilings, Everhard Painting has you covered. Everhard Painting has been Spokane's premier painting contractor for over 50 years. Call Everhard Painting today and receive $500 off. Everhard Painting, your painter for life.
Well, don't look now, but we're quickly approaching the halfway point of the NFL season, and the Seattle Seahawks sit in first place of the NFC West. Of course, still got 10 games to go, and 2 of those are against San Francisco, but you have to like what you see so far. And on Sunday afternoon, now the test isn't going to get any easier next weekend as the Seahawks are going to travel out to Baltimore to take on a fellow first-place squad, Lamar Jackson and the Ravens. Reporting in studio, I'm Alex Crescenti, 4 News Now Sports.
Yeah, go Hawks. It is now 6:26. We are on the scene of a deadly house fire in Millwood. First responders telling us 2 died. Our Natalie Grant is on the scene. She has the very latest. She's talking to officials. And he is out why former Vice President Mike Pence dropped his bid for president and how his one-time boss responded. And as we send you off to a commercial break, here's your first look at what's coming up on GMA at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, miracle rescue at sea.
At first, I just thought it was a bunch of debris.
An incredible rescue. A man spotted adrift after 2 weeks. And this morning, the 2 hero fishermen who rescued the missing mariner speaking out. Ryan Plains and his uncle John were on a fishing trip when they recognized a raft in the middle of the ocean. The U.S. Coast Guard says October 12th, 2 men set out for a fishing trip from Westport, Washington on this 43-foot boat named Evening for what was supposed to be a 3-day trip.
He said they took a bad wave and the boat flipped on its side.
They were expected to return 3 days later, but the stranded seaman wasn't found for 14 days.
There you go, buddy.
And we'll have much more of this rescue at sea coming up at 7 a.m. With your GMA First Look, I'm Janae Norman, ABC News, New York.
Oh, what about this thing?
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can dramatically relieve RA and PSA symptoms, including fatigue for some. It can stop joint damage, and in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin cancer, death, heart attack, stroke, and tears in the stomach or intestines occurred. People 50 and older with at least one heart disease risk factor have higher risks. Don't take if allergic to Rinvoq, as serious reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day. Sign up for the 4 News Now Daily Local at KXLY.com. Expect even more from KXLY Plus. Live updates from the 4 News Now team. Breaking news as it happens. Weather every 10 minutes. Free on your time. Download the app, connect to your streaming TV, and connect on KXLY Plus.
When I speak to families across Spokane, it's clear we want the same things. Our family to be safe, affordable housing, economic opportunities, and good jobs for our children and grandchildren. We want our streets fixed, our river protected, and a compassionate, effective response to homelessness. Families from Indian Trail to Lincoln Heights are ready for us to pull together and build a better Spokane. It feels pretty divided in Spokane right now, but bridges bring us together, and when I'm mayor, we'll build some new ones. I'm Lisa Brown. I approve this message.
My name is Devin.
And my name is Kelly, and PrimeSource helped us cut our interest rate in half on our car loan. Melody Wagner helped us by moving it to PrimeSource from where we had it.
It saved us over $100 a month.
Being a family of 5, we're trying to find, cutting corners any way we can to make sure that everything's paid for and to have that extra $100. And we're so grateful.
Refinance with PrimeSource Credit Union. Contact us for details.
Only the new Sleep Number smart beds let you both sleep at your ideal level of comfort, your Sleep Number setting. And now, all of our new next-gen smart beds have temperature benefits. And now, save up to $500 on our new Sleep Number smart beds. Sleep next level. Shop for a limited time, only at Sleep Number.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
It is 6:30. We are following breaking news this morning of a deadly fire in Millwood. It started just before 3 o'clock this morning in the 9800 block of East Dalton near North Woodruff Road. 4 News Now's Natalie Grant is live on the scene learning more information. Natalie, this is just a tragedy this morning.
Yeah, a tragedy to say the least here, Robin. Within the last half hour, we do know now that the 2 people who died in this fire were children. As of right now, we don't know the exact ages of the children, but that is the information that Spokane Valley fire officials are letting us know here on the scene. We also do know that another person was injured in that fire. That was the father of those two children who died in this fire. We also know that a firefighter was injured as well, and that father has been transported to a local hospital for his injuries. We're not sure on the extent of how bad he was injured at this moment here, but as far as the firefight goes, I'm going to step out of the way to let you see a little bit of the scene and how things are looking right now. As you can see, things have definitely calmed down throughout the morning if you've been watching. Still a little bit of smoke coming out of the house there, but fire crews have been in and out. Looks like they've been investigating and putting out a little bit of hot spots. They've been in the garage and through different areas, but you can definitely see some of the damage on the outside of the house here from that fire, from them fighting those flames here this morning. But yes, Robin, just an absolutely devastating situation. Now, we're hoping to learn some more information later this morning when it comes to the ages of those 2 children or how this fire started. As of right now, those are some details that we're just not sure of at this moment. But of course, we'll be out here all morning long letting you know updates as soon as they come in. Reporting in Millwood, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Yeah, Natalie, thanks so much. We, of course, will be checking in throughout the morning. Let's get right to our first alert forecast with Emily Bloom in for Mark.
Yep, we've got a chilly start to your Monday and start to the work week. Temperatures in the Coeur d'Alene area in those lower 20s and mid 20s here in downtown Spokane. Across the region, anywhere between about 17 to 27 degrees. We're going to be warming up by this afternoon, though. So as you're heading out the door, you want to make sure that you're dressing in layers, putting on a heavy coat. But then by this afternoon, we're going to have plenty of sunshine as well. For the next couple of hours, we're into the mid 20s by that 9 a.m. hour and 10 a.m. getting into those lower 30s. Now, by this afternoon, most of us in those upper 40s and a few areas in the lower 50s. That's 51 for those of you in St. Mary's, 50 in Kellogg, and 45 for those of you in the Bonners Ferry area. Now, moving into tomorrow, the all-important Halloween forecast. Pretty nice conditions. Now, similar to today in terms of our temperatures, but we are going to have heavier cloud cover tomorrow night because of increasing clouds that we're going to have throughout the day tomorrow. So by tomorrow afternoon, 47 degrees, and then heading into tomorrow night, temperature is going to be in the upper 30s and lower 40s. Of course, getting cooler as you head further into the evening, and then that heavy cloud cover kind of setting the stage for an ominous night tomorrow as the kids are heading out to trick or treat. 4-day forecast is showing this change that we have coming up. That's going to be Wednesday night into Thursday. Area of high pressure moves out, and then we have rain chances each and every day leading into this upcoming weekend. So the 4 things you need to know: last day of sunshine today. Get out and soak up some of that vitamin D. Chilly temps for the Halloween. Now is your chance to make any costume modifications you may need to. Increasing clouds and late week rain. Robin?
Emily, thanks so much. Gunfire erupted over the weekend, spoiling Halloween celebrations in a number of cities. Things turned deadly in Tampa, and more than a dozen people were shot at a party in Chicago. Sydney Charles is at the Breaking Now desk with details on multiple shootings that took place this weekend.
Well, this morning, Robin, Halloween celebrations are getting off to a violent start in communities across the country. Shots rang out in Tampa, Florida on Saturday. At least 2 people were killed and more than a dozen people were hurt during the shooting. Marissa Riker's 20-year-old sister was visiting from Missouri. She was shot in the leg, requiring emergency surgery.
I've always been like my sister's keeper. That's how a big sister's supposed to be, and I can't be that right now for her.
In Indianapolis, 10 people were shot at a Halloween party. Authorities there say officers were responding to a call about the party when they heard shots being fired early Sunday. 1 woman was shot. She died at the scene. Several people have been detained and multiple firearms were found at the scene.
Unfortunately, somebody took it upon themselves to inflict injury and pain on members of our community, and it's not acceptable.
Meanwhile, at least 15 people were shot at a Halloween party in Chicago. 2 people were seriously injured. And between Friday and Sunday, at least 11 people were killed and 76 others injured in 12 different shootings across the country. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now. Robin.
All right, Sydney, thanks. Days after the mass shooting that stunned the entire state of Maine, people gathered to lift up those left to grieve the victims. The suspect is dead, and now new details are emerging about the weeks and months leading up to the killings. Here's ABC's Derek Dennis.
An emotional vigil last night in Lisbon, Maine, where more than 1,000 people gathered with hugs and tears in mourning for the 18 people killed last week in a mass shooting at 2 businesses in nearby Lewiston.
I never knew that this would happen in Lewiston. It was just such a heartbreaking thing that it happened.
Suspect Robert Card, a 40-year-old Army reservist with a history of mental health issues, found dead Friday with an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound. His body discovered in an unlocked trailer at a recycling center where he worked.
Why this area? Why this many people? Why in general? I would love to know why this all happened, because it just doesn't make sense. It really doesn't.
ABC News has learned Card continued to have access to weapons despite a yellow flag law in Maine allowing guns to be seized from individuals deemed a threat. In August, Card was turned away from buying a silencer from a gun dealer after Card checked the yes box on his application that asked in part, have you ever been committed to a mental institution?
We still have in our possession the silencer. It's still here.
And last month, a local sheriff reportedly sent an alert to other authorities after sources say Card threatened to shoot up an Army Reserve Center.
We paid attention to it, kept an eye on the area. The guy never showed up down here, never had contact with him, no nothing.
Now the community holding vigil for the lives lost and the more than a dozen wounded in Maine's worst mass shooting ever.
There's a sense of relief, a sense of safety, but it doesn't take away from the huge hole in our community.
And God heal us. In Jesus' name, amen.
Authorities are still investigating a motive for the mass shooting and any evidence the suspect was ever forcibly admitted to a mental institution, which would have come up on a background check, automatically blocking him from buying guns. Derek Dennis, ABC News.
Several flights were diverted away from the Spokane International Airport because of a disabled plane on one of the runways. An incoming flight from Portland was diverted to Tri-Cities. Another flight was sent to Moses Lake while the airport worked to clear the runway. This affected flights yesterday afternoon. A plane that landed at the airport had a flat tire that forced the runways to shut down. We were told that the pilot was the only person on board the plane when it landed. After 30 minutes, the aircraft was safely towed away and the runways reopened. Former Vice President Mike Pence dropped out of the 2024 presidential race Saturday amid lagging poll numbers and financial challenges. He pledged to help elect, quote, principled Republican leaders moving forward. There was concern in Pence's campaign that he wasn't going to qualify for the 3rd debate stage next month. Former President Donald Trump responded to Pence's bowing out, saying, people in politics can be very disloyal. Trump continues to dominate polls for the 2024 GOP presidential race despite his many legal troubles. Well, Election Day is just 8 days away, and 4 News Now wants to make sure you know where to drop off your ballots before November 7th. There are many locations where you can cast your ballot. If you live near Spokane, you can turn in your ballot at the elections office itself and the Spokane Transit Authority Center Plaza. Public libraries are also ballot drop sites. For a full list of locations that span downtown Spokane to Airway Heights, just check out KXLY.com. Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:39. Emily?
Yep, we have pretty nice conditions for your Monday, and then moving into Halloween, it's going to be chilly out there for the little kiddos tomorrow night. Trick-or-treating temps will be in the upper 30s and lower 40s for tomorrow evening, so you're going to want to bundle up the kids.
Also ahead, WSU is known for flying the crimson and gray. What a special flag-raising ceremony today means for Cougs and their growing network.
Connect with 4 News Now on KXLY+.
I'm voting yes on Measure 1 for small business.
I'm voting yes on Measure 1 for my family.
I spent my career protecting my family and yours. You bet I'm voting yes on Measure 1.
If safety is your #1 priority,
Then vote yes on Measure 1.
Paid for by Jobs for Justice.
Experience the breathtaking production that leaves both audiences and critics awestruck. Les Miserables.
November 14th through 19th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets available at BroadwaySpokane.com.
Get ready for Monster Jam, as big as it gets. Coming to Spokane Arena this weekend. Brought to you by BKT Tires and Great Clips. You have to see it live, so lock in your seats today at monsterjam.com.
Discover the place where homes become extraordinary. At Ferguson Bath, Kitchen, and Lighting Gallery, our consultants provide a dedicated one-on-one service. We'll help you choose from the best selection of luxury brands and work with your team of contractors to ensure a seamless experience from start to finish. Bring your vision to us.
Shop online or schedule a one-on-one showroom appointment to discover stunning products from brands like Thermador at build.com/Ferguson.
At Washington Trust Bank, can't is a 4-letter word.
I think I'll sell my veggies at the market.
You even remember to water the house plants. I do this?
You can do this.
Hey, we need to build a home office. We're adding another bathroom.
I think I'll study programming.
Bro, you even connect your phone to Bluetooth.
We believe you can do whatever you set your mind to, and we'll help you get there. Washington Trust Bank, privately owned, locally invested.
Spokane's homeless plan is not working. In the last 6 years, Spokane's homeless rate has nearly doubled, while the U.S. rate barely increased. And while many unhoused persons genuinely need a helping hand, others have accelerated Spokane's problems of crime and open drug use. Similar-sized U.S. cities don't have these problems, but Spokane became home to the largest homeless camp in the state of Washington. Why Spokane? Hear the answer at curingspokane.com.
It's now 6:42. A Washington State flag-raising ceremony will take place at the Spokane City Hall to celebrate the annual Cougs First event today. Cougs First is a business network that encourages Washington State University alumni to seek out fellow Cougs when hiring and promoting their business. This event will take place in the Spokane Convention Center this Wednesday, November 1st from 3 to 7 p.m. or 7:30 p.m. The flag raising and networking event are free, but guests should pre-register for Cougs First. More information can be found on our website as well as cougsfirst.com.
And your 10-second takeaway. Happy Monday to you. Sunny and warmer for today, and then dry and cold for Halloween, but we do have rain on the horizon. We'll talk more about all of this coming up in just a few minutes.
Halloween costumes for pets have become a really big business. According to TikTok, #dog Halloween costume is up 240% compared to last year. This year, spending on pet costumes is projected to reach $700 million. It is now 6:43. Thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Monday. We'll be back right after this.
Download the KXLY Plus app for breaking news.
Set your sights on scoring a win at Mr. Quad Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries. Win your share of over $15,000 in cash. Learn more at MrQuad.com.
From Garland to Shadle, Indian Trail to Browns Edition, voters chose Kitty Klitsky as the winner in the primary election for Spokane City Council. She grew up on the north side, served in the military, and came home to start a family.
Whether it's cleaning up our river, preserving open spaces, or helping pass new laws to fix our streets for cars and people, I will continue to work for our great neighborhoods as your next City Council member.
Get ready for fall with Pape Machinery. Right now, we're offering big discounts on remaining 2022 John Deere compact utility tractors. Get a 1025R tractor loader backhoe for as low as $299 per month with 0% financing for 84 months. These offers are only good now through October, so stop by your local Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store to take advantage today. Pape keeps you moving.
Why join UFCW 3000? I'm the lead person when we negotiate with employers for better wages, benefits, and working conditions.
I appreciate UFCW 3000 for making sure we have fair wages, health care, and a pension plan. Things every working person deserves.
Our website can both answer your questions and connect you with our team who can help you explore your union opportunities.
A win at Mr. Quad Casino Hotel. Play your favorite games with your Sun Club card to earn entries. Win your share of over $15,000 in cash. Learn more at MrQuad.com.
4 News Now is brought to you by Everhart Painting.
It's now 6:46. This Halloween, tomorrow, it's important to be extra cautious on the road. Halloween is the deadliest day of the year for children pedestrians. On average, kids are twice as likely to get hit by a car on Halloween compared to any other day of the year. That's according to Safe Kids Worldwide. Children ages 12 to 15 are even at a greater risk because this age group is often trick-or-treating without adult supervision. The Spokane Police Department encourages families to consider light-up gear like glow sticks or flashlights to improve visibility. Today and tomorrow are your last days to donate a new or gently used coat to our Coats for Kids coat drive. Once we are done collecting coats, we make sure they are cleaned and ready to go. Distribution starts next Monday. For all the drop-off and distribution locations, check out KXLY.com/coats4kids. And our kids sure need them, especially on these, early mornings. It's cold.
Yes, absolutely. We are getting into that time of year where the early mornings are very chilly, and then we warm up later in the day. So as you're heading out the door the next couple of hours, we're going to be warming up in the afternoon, not quite yet. 8 a.m. will be at 23 degrees, getting into the mid-20s by 9 a.m. and then plenty of sunshine out there by this afternoon. Most of us into those upper 40s and a few areas into the lower 50s, anywhere between about 46 to 54 degrees by about 4 p.m. this afternoon. And then as we head into this evening and the kids are headed home from school, 4 p.m. that's when we're going to hit the high for the day, and then 5 p.m. temperatures begin to fall back into those lower 40s, and we'll have some cloud cover moving into the region. As we head into the overnight hours tonight, dropping into the mid-20s, clear and cold, winds nice and light. Overnight temperatures anywhere between about 17 to 32 degrees. This is where we're going to be as you're waking up on Halloween. Moving throughout the day tomorrow, temperatures back into the upper 40s. The difference, though, is that we're going to have plenty of sunshine today. Tomorrow, not so much. We're going to have that increasing clouds throughout the day, kind of setting the stage for an ominous night tomorrow as the kids are headed out and trick-or-treating. For tomorrow evening, 6 p.m. as they're heading out the door, temperatures in those lower 40s, and then a few areas dipping into the upper 30s as well. So while we will be dry, you're going to want to make sure that the kids are warm enough, they are bundled up. Any Halloween costume modifications you may need to make, today's the opportunity to do so. And then Wednesday into Thursday is when we've got this big shift in our weather pattern. That's when we see our first chance of rain. That's going to be Wednesday night, but then you can see rain chances each and every day leading into this upcoming weekend. The silver lining here is that those temperatures are a little bit warmer than what we had this past weekend with those temperatures in the lower 50s. So overall, pretty nice, Robin.
Yeah, I'll say. I mean, it is that time of year. We have to expect these things, even though, yeah. All right, Emily, thanks so much. It's now approaching 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint coming up next. Thanks for waking up with Good Morning Northwest on your Monday. We will be right back.
Download the KXLY Plus app for live updates all day.
4 News Now is brought to you by Rebath Spokane.
Thanks to Les Schwab Tires, I'm a confident backseat driver, but Mom's a little stressed about spending. Remember, breathe in. Now watch your speed and breathe out. Good. Even though we're watching our wallets, Les Schwab is still watching out for our safety. So let's right here.
Help keep drivers and backseat drivers safe with Les Schwab Tires.
Just between us, you know what's better than mopping? Anything. Ugh. Well, I switched to Swiffer WetJet, and it's awesome. It's an all-in-one that absorbs dirt and grime deep inside.
And it helps prevent streaks and haze. WetJet is so worth it. Love it or your money back.
Spokane, you have a choice.
We can support leaders who want to stand up and protect our community, or we can surrender to crime and homelessness, like Bessie Wilkerson, who voted to defund drug investigations. That means she doesn't care about her kids dying of fentanyl overdoses. She also voted against barring homeless camps near schools, parks, and playgrounds. Spokane, let's choose to protect our kids and fight crime. That's why law enforcement and the Spokane Police Guild support Kim Please for council president.
In 10 years, Lisa Schneider will have an amazing second act, thanks to career reskilling courses from AARP to help make sure her income lives as long as she does. The younger you are, the more you need AARP.
Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic is locally owned and operated and has been providing personalized, comfortable, and satisfying care to our clients for over 30 years. Our licensed denturists are trained in the latest techniques in the construction, development, and preparatory work of a denture. Full dentures, implant attachments, repairs, fittings, adjustments, we do it all. Every denture is made to look as close as possible to your natural teeth. With our knowledge and friendly staff, competitive costs, and quality of service, you'll leave Coeur d'Alene Denture Clinic smiling.
5 stars. All rise for To Kill a Mockingbird. Unmissable and unforgettable. A mockingbird for our moment. Beautiful, elegiac, satisfying, even exhilarating. A New York Times Critics Pick. Mockingbird is now the most successful American play in Broadway history. All rise for Aaron Sorkin's great play. Richard Thomas is Atticus Finch in Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird.
December 5th through 10th at First Interstate Center for the Arts. Tickets at BroadwaySpokane.com. See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest Morning Sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
It is now 6:53, time to get you ready to take on your Monday and the work week with the Morning Sprint. Sydney Charles has the latest details from the Middle East on Israel's war with Hamas. Emily Bloom has your Halloween forecast just ahead. But first, we want to get to Natalie Grant with breaking news of that deadly house fire in Millwood.
Well, Robin, we've been here all morning on East Dalton Avenue in Millwood, where we have learned that 2 children have died in an overnight house fire. The fire has also left 2 people injured. One of them is the father of those 2 children. The other is a firefighter. Now, the fire itself seems to be contained here. We're not seeing any more smoke, any more flames. Fire crews have been working to put that out since the call came in just before 3 o'clock this morning. Now, as of right now, we don't know the ages of those children at all or what led up to this fire. Details we're hoping to learn throughout the day. Reporting in Millwood, Natalie Grant, 4 News Now.
Natalie, thanks. And more breaking news. A 19-year-old from Yakima died in a 2-car crash in Grant County yesterday. It happened around 3:40 in the afternoon on State Route 24, about 21 miles west of Othello. According to Washington State Patrol, the car driven by Grace Vickers was going east when it started to drift off the road. Troopers say she overcorrected and crashed into a car in the westbound lane driven by 21-year-old Emilio Castellanos. Vickers died on the scene. A SWAT standoff is over this morning. Roads are back open. People allowed to return to their apartments. That standoff happened near North Monroe and West Mansfield yesterday and lasted for hours. Spokane police say officers had a search warrant for an investigation involving felony domestic violence and unlawful possession of a firearm at the Marks apartments. Though the standoff is over, we have learned they did not arrest anyone and the investigation is ongoing. Several flights were diverted away from the Spokane International Airport yesterday because of a disabled plane on one of the runways. It affected flights yesterday afternoon. A plane that had landed at the airport had a flat tire, and that forced the runways to shut down. We were told that the pilot was the only person on board the plane when it landed. After 30 minutes, the aircraft was safely towed away and the runways reopened.
And a chilly start to your Monday, but we're going to be warming up pretty nicely by this afternoon. Temperatures will be in the upper 40s with plenty of sunshine. So you do want to get out there and soak up that vitamin D while you can, because we're going to have increasing cloud cover for the remainder of the week. For Halloween, it's going to be chilly, but we're going to have dry conditions. And then by the tail end of this work week, lots of rain.
Former Vice President Mike Pence dropped out of the 2024 presidential race Saturday amid lagging poll numbers and financial challenges. He pledged to help elect principled Republican leaders moving forward. And Election Day just 8 days away, 4 News Now wants to make sure you know where to drop off your ballots before November 7th. There are many locations where you can cast your ballot. If you live near Spokane, you can turn in your ballot at the elections office and the Spokane Transit Authority Center Plaza. Public libraries are also ballot drop spots. For a full list of locations that span from downtown to Spokane to Airway Heights, check out KXLY.com. The FDA is advising people to stop using more than 24 over-the-counter eye drops because of a potential risk of eye infection that may lead to partial vision loss or even blindness. Target, CVS, and Rite Aid are pulling products from shelves. As of now, the FDA has not received any adverse event reports of eye infection associated with those products.
The United Nations Security Council is holding an emergency meeting today. It's to seek a resolution that calls for a, quote, immediate humanitarian pause in the war between Israel and Hamas. The UN warns the weeks of siege and bombardment are taking a toll on Gaza. Over the weekend, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said his country has started the second stage of its war against Hamas. The number of people killed in Gaza from this war is more than 7,900 as of Sunday. That's according to the Palestinian Ministry of Health.
A Washington State flag-raising ceremony will take place at Spokane City Hall to celebrate the annual Cougs First event today. Cougs First is a business network that encourages Washington State University alumni to seek out fellow Cougs when hiring and promoting their business. This event will take place in the Spokane Convention Center on Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, the 1st of November, from 3 in the afternoon to 7:30 at night. The flag-raising and networking event is free, but guests should pre-register for Cougs First. You can find more information on KXLY.com. And breaking news for one of Spokane's busiest streets. If you use the Maple Street Bridge during your commute, you will need to find an alternate route today. The city is closing the bridge during the day all week except for one southbound lane. All northbound lanes on the bridge will close. They have closed about an hour ago, and that'll last until about 6 this evening. Again, the one southbound lane is the only one open. This will affect your evening commute as well as the morning commute. The city says the project to repair the bridge deck will wrap up by Friday night. We'll be back with weather.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
What I want people to know about Numerica's involvement is that it's genuine.
I work at a company that supports the community because we're a part of it.
It's important to give back to the community you live in.
We are truly here to help, and we're passionate about it.
They're so much more than employees, so give them the health plan they deserve. Premera Blue Cross, with access to a wide range of mental health resources. Premera Blue Cross, always in your corner.
Get ready for fall with a John Deere compact utility tractor. Now through October, get a 1025R tractor loader backhoe for as low as $299 per month. Visit your Pape Machinery Ag and Turf store today. Pape keeps you moving.
Well, a chilly start to your Monday. We're going to have plenty of sunshine by this afternoon. And with that, temperatures in the upper 40s. And heading into tomorrow, increasing cloud cover, kind of setting the stage for an ominous trick-or-treating night. We are going to be dry. Temperatures, though, in the lower 40s and upper 30s. So it's going to be chilly for the kiddos as they are out there. And then Wednesday into Thursday, we've got a shift in our weather pattern, bringing in plenty of chances for rain in the upcoming week and this upcoming weekend.
All right, Emily, thank you so much. And thank you for tuning in this morning. We will be back throughout the morning on Good Morning America with local news updates. We'll see you then. Starts right now.